Kasey Hudson joins us here live on this Friday on the Early Line on SportsGrid. Kasey, as always, thank you for being here on TEL.
Of course. Good morning, guys. Hockey's been wild, but I don't know if we can top everything that's been going on this morning, but I'm happy to try.
Maybe Chris Kreider in the third period yesterday in Raleigh, but I don't know if it really does come close to what Scotty Scheffler has been through. But that's where we start. Things were getting a little nervy, Kasey, for New York. They take a 3-0 series lead in a highly competitive first three games against the Hurricanes. The Canes answer, winning games 4 and 5, were a hefty home favorite for game 6 last night and had a 3-1 lead entering the third. But then enter Chris Kreider. 3 consecutive goals, all by one player, and the Rangers add in an empty netter for 4 in the third. They win 5-3 to advance to their second Eastern Conference Finals in the last 3 years. Kasey, how do you categorize the performance out of Chris Kreider in the third period?
Yeah, he's a veteran with one of the best teams in the league for a reason. He's been their pull-through guy in a number of ways. Last year, it was impossible to stop this guy on the power play. And that's kind of carried over, but even strength, he's helped step this team up a lot, and they're not even one of the top even strength teams in the league. So Chris Kreider continues to do what he does best. And the funny part about it is Molly Walker tweeted a little bit before the game that Kreider was not only good to go, but that he felt good. So that tells you that he's probably working through something right now, like all hockey players are during the Stanley Cup playoffs. But that's what you need out of your veterans. You need people who can push through and pull through for your team, and Kreider's that guy.
Absolutely incredible performance yesterday, because I was really writing that game off up 3-1. Okay, we're going to get ourselves a Game 7 in Madison Square Garden, and Chris Kreider happened in that game. 3 straight goals in the third period. That's incredible. Now, we won't see a game number 7 between the Rangers and the Hurricanes. We could see, Kasey, a game number 7 between the Oilers and the Canucks. The Canucks hold serve on their home ice to take a 3-2 series lead before we head back to Edmonton. A lower scoring game here, but a big win by the Canucks.
Oh my gosh, this has turned out to be my favorite series, and I had to apologize to Joe a couple weeks ago because I kind of discounted the Canucks, not because I didn't think they were talented, because the goaltending, shuffle, that can be nerve-wracking, and your goaltender is one of your most important guys on the ice. But I mean, Seeloss has been fantastic between the pipes for this team, and his defense has stepped up in front of him tremendously. I think that not only could this possibly go to 7, but I think that the Canucks have a chance to take it in 6. We've seen them win back-to-back before. We've seen them kind of solve the Oilers' mystery that is, and the Oilers are kind of relying on special teams to give them their momentum swings. They had that in the first 2 minutes last night, and of course they capitalized with having 2 goals in the first period, not on the power play per se, but using that momentum. But Canucks are really good on 5-on-5, and they're starting to find ways to put the puck in the net when it comes to special teams, and they've got guys that pull through in that third period. I mean, they own the third period in the NHL right now, hands down.
Kasey, what has blown my mind about the entirety of this series between the Oilers and the Canucks was how easy the odds makers expected it to be. By far, Edmonton was the strongest favorite in the outright price to win this series of any of the 4 matchups that we saw in the second round. Even last night, the Oilers a slight Game 5 favorite on the road against the Canucks in a series tied at 2 games all. Edmonton was a minus 200 favorite to win the series outright in Vancouver. Now a hefty favorite themselves as they get ready for game number 6 back in Edmonton. How many more games does this series go?
I don't want to be overly optimistic, but I think the Canucks can take it in 6. We've seen them play well in Edmonton. I don't give Edmonton any sort of edge between home ice and away ice, and I think that they kind of started to find ways to get the puck in the net. I think that them losing the previous game was them kind of trying to solve Pickard. When you get a new goaltender between the pipes, it takes you a minute to feel him out, and it was different from Skinner, who they found how to get the puck past him. So now that they've kind of got a rhythm going, and when you've got leaders like JT Miller feeling sorry about his performance and stepping up, and Pettersson, who knows he has to do better in a contract year, it's kind of scary how they can deliver and how consistent they can be here. Again, if they show up anywhere in the first period, but they continue to play very well down the stretch, like they have done halfway through the second, all the way through the third period, they can easily take this in Edmonton. So I'm kind of feeling a Game 6 for the Canucks right now.